Hello and good morning to everyone of us. Here we are again, back to our channel, the Financial Audit Presentation Acts, some special feature. So here we are going to talk about Parmalat, but before everything else, let's introduce ourselves. How about if we introduce ourselves, my friend?
Okay, my name is Christopher.
My name is Michael Owen.
I'm David Ryan.
My name is Stanley.
And I'm Jonathan Edson Nainggolan as your moderator for today. So David Ryan, let's talk about Parmalat. Do you even know the company background of this company?
Parma was founded in a small town in Italy, Parma region in 1961 as an inherited family farm. In the years that follow, in 1963, the Parma brand was officially born. The company grew into one of the largest dairies and food companies in Italy and eventually became a multinational conglomerate. Since July 15, 2011, Parmalat added new milk and dairy products, as well as fruit juices, bakery goods, and tomato-based products. In 2017, Parmalat was recorded to have $6.6 billion on their income. Parmalat aims to play a daily role in the welfare of the world, striving to earn recognition of the high quality of its products, also for its ability to innovate, and as one of the top global companies in the food and beverage segment. This group has a goal to optimize shareholder value by adhering to the ethical principle of business conduct. Parma has a value on fostering the professional development of employees and partners, also contributing to economic and social progress in the communities in which it operates.
I see. So as we can see, Parmalat is indeed a big company. Yes, David Ryan?
Yeah.
I see. So if Parmalat was a good company and a big company, then why do they have something or have scandal in their financial? What if we talk about the management motivation? What do you think, brother Christopher?
Okay, about the Parmalat fraud itself, it's because of the motivation from the management itself. Because as you said, like the Parmalat is a very huge company, a huge scale company. So I'll try to tell a story about it. So on Parmalat began the fraud on 1990, and it lasted for 13 years, and it ended in the year of 2003 actually. So the company's financial performance began to fall down. For it is because of the subsidy. It is because of the one of the subsidiaries in South America. So Parmalat has a big brand image, so they want to cover up their brand image by not showing the losses of the caused by the subsidiary. So they the management want to save the company's image. So that's why the fraud happened. So the management made the company revenue look good by creating fake transactions, by doing a double billing scheme which raised the revenue, and then they use receivables to from the fake transactions to show that they really needed really need money for borrowing, and they borrowed the money to the bank. And then they also borrowed money from debtors, which and they cover it up to not show it to the investor, so the investor would still invest in them, so they would get money more. And then the company's management were also work with the investment bankers, like uh so the bankers can do to move uh, the balance sheet, the debt from the balance sheet, and it is disguised as the equity in the balance sheet. So that's how they do it.
I see. So indeed, Parmalat was a huge company, but the scandal was a fraud scheme, right, brother Christopher?
Yes.
So they manipulate the balance sheet, the financial statement of the company, right?
Okay. Yes.
So what? So if that's a fraud scheme, so how come this huge company has their fraud scheme? Then what do you think, brother Stanley? What does the financial statement fraud scheme is like.
Yeah, I will explain about the financial statement fraud scheme of Paramalat. Paramalat covered their loss by increasing their value of assets on the financial statement, decreasing their liabilities, and diverting some of the cash to Tanji's family account. From an accounting standpoint, the sales account is credited while accounts receivable and the cash account, if any, are debited, increasing reported assets on the balance sheet. In order to cover up their loss, they used many entities, one of them being Bonlat in the Cayman Island for 5 years. Parmalat Group threw its money and losses to Bonlat and counterfeited an account at Bank of America. Their bad debts were transferred to their entity and their real value will be hidden and unidentified. Also, they created some fake transactions in order to increase their value of assets and income in their financial statements. Parmalat reused the same invoice over and over again so that the company looked alive. Some tricks that Parmalat used to decrease their liabilities are by having lots of fraud schemes, such as making a record that there are no buyback bonds. Selling fake receivables is conceived as one of their favorite ways of effacing their liabilities on the financial statement and misrepresenting their liabilities or even not recording their liabilities. Finally, the income that was transferred to the Tanji's family account and companies is used to create a cycle of fraud schemes. The fraud scheme will be as follows. They recorded the payment of receivables and transferred these fake receivables through their entity. This scheme is done to conceal their real account.
I see, brother. Anyway, thank you, brother Stanley. Thank you so much for that information about their fraud scene. And as we know in financial audit, if there's a fraud, there's also a fraud triangle. So, brother Onward, can you tell us like what does the opportunities, incentives that and rationalization that Parmalat did in that case?
Okay, thank you, Jonathan. So, about the fraud triangle. So there is three type, or yeah, there is three include of fraud triangle: that opportunities, incentive, and rationalization that Bro Jonathan said before. About the opportunities, Paramalat has the trust of everyone, such as banks, accounting firms, or even Italy's government alone. This makes them think that they have opportunity to do it. And also Parmalat was a big company, which was also listed, and the stock already listed on the exchange market of Italy. And then about the incentive, Parmalat did the fraud because some of that subsidiary were at loss, and so this action is made to cover all the loss that happened. Bro Christopher also said before, and then the CEO want this company to be acknowledged by everyone. Unfortunately, they chased the wrong way of organization, the finance of their companies. And the last one is rationalization. Paramalat did this fraud with a purpose of maintaining their business as the biggest and the most successful company in Italy.
I see. Thank you, Brother Owen, for that beautiful explanation about the fraud triangle. And I would likely to share to you viewers also about the who are the CPA firm involved in this case. The first one is Grant Thornton with their leader name Lorenzo Penca. So what this company do? They played a major role in helping Parmalat continue its long-term fraudulent practice. It did so because it had a great deal to gain from Parmalat, and so did Parmalat have a lot to gain from Grant Thornton from working for them. Grant Thornton was an up and coming auditing firm that needed to have sound clients in order to help its reputation in the market. So to make a long story short, this Grant Thornton they help firm out on doing the fraud because they help the firm out on their financial statement to make it look healthy and clean. Also, they help firm out to have some connection with the banks. So who other else? The other one is Deloitte and Touch auditing firm. As we know, Deloitte is a big four in this world, big four CPA. And what did they do? So Deloitte they supposed to be the auditor of Paramount in 1999, but they rejected the offer. I don't know why. They told the information said that because of some matter, and because of that, the Paramount fraud goes longer. But afterwards, Deloitte also become their auditor around 3 years. But the problem with them is they don't find anything. They don't even notice the fraud. And the last one is the PwC, the PricewaterhouseCoopers. To make the long story short, this company, they are also the one who found the fraud in the Parmalat, and they are the one who reported it to the country, and that's them, PwC. Another point is, who are the auditor involved? To make actually the auditor's name was not mentioned straightly. Only the SPA firm's name is mentioned. And the other one, what do we think? Is their auditor doing negligence or fraud? For us, in this case, Grant Thornton with their leader Lorenzo Penca, they doing a fraud because they really help Parmalat and they receive also some money. But about the Deloitte and Touch, they are doing negligence because they are being reckless and they don't even found the fraud. So what about the aftermath? Can you share some information, Brother Christopher?
So the aftermath is in 2003, in the end of the 2003, Parmalat shares the list Parmalat stock were delisted from the stock exchange in Milan. And then on the 22nd of December of 2003, the Italian government pushes for a quick bankruptcy settlement to protect this from the operation. And then in 2027 December 2003, Parmalat is officially insolvent, and former CEO Callisto Tanzi is caught for fraud and being arrested. In 2004, the Bank of America uh, admits to be participating in the fraud scheme, which he personally received more than $27 million. And in 2005, Parmalat somehow is being relisted to the Milan Stock Exchange. In 2008, the former CFO Fausto Tona is sentenced 2.5 years in prison for the for his role in the fraud scheme, for transferring to the offshore subsidiaries to disguise the fraud. And then in July 2009, Bank of America agrees to pay $100 million to settle the charges that helped Parmalat to do the fraud. So they pay for it. And in 2010, former CEO Kalisto Taji is sentenced for 18 years in prison. And on April 2011, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank, and Citigroup are acquitted of market rigging charges.
I see. Thank you, Brother Christopher, for sharing that beautiful aftermath situation. And I think it's enough for this presentation. But before everything else, can Brother Owen give some conclusion for this Parmalat fraud?
Okay, so for the conclusion, in our opinion, this Paramalat fraud is quite unique, right? And also unexpected. Why? Because almost 13 years they have succeeded in committing this fraud without being noticed by any other party. Like, this is sounds crazy, right? 13 years without being noticed. Even investors are not aware that this is a fraud in Parmalat. Apart from that, we also believe this case may happen because Parmalat was too greedy in pursuing its company to be large and known as the biggest and greatest company ever. It is better for the related parties who, in turns, in our support the fraud process from Parmalat themselves to become more aware of the existing regulation. The other parties should also become professional by preventing the kind of this thing, not have, not helping Parmalat on doing this fraud. The professional should treat all companies fairly, regardless of the size of the company. So yeah, that's about our opinion, Bro Jonathan.
I see. So for the financial statement, let me add something. Let's not be greedy and be honest and prioritize integration in our life. May we learn this lesson from Parmalat fraud case and God bless us all. Thank you.